Hey, good Thursday morning to you. John Bergsma. Again, we're here on the shores of Lake Michigan. We're going to talk about it in the second half of our report because kings and coho and of course the ever-present lake trout are here now on the west shore and they're biting. First report of the day though is going to be a great Detroit River / Monroe Brest Bay Bowles Harbor report. It's starting to expand now out into the lake as well. So if you're a river addict, a couple of things to note. The changes is that these river fish are probably close to done, if not fully done spawning, and so that shallow bite, that casting snap jigging bite is pretty well done. And if you're fishing the Detroit River, there's still tons of fish to catch, but you're going to have to start dropping off into the deeper ledges, the 25 to 35, even 45 foot of water, and you ramp up your jigs. Your jig size should now be 3/4 all the way up to an ounce. When you're choosing baits, you know, I've been fishing the Wyandotte minnow worm all season long. There's a couple of colors that have been working stellar in that deeper water all last year. Eric Long tells me that if you're deep water fishing, you're going to want to have black ice or purple D on, or royal D. It's a purple with ice bottom and black with a ice bottom. Those two colors have been outstanding. Also dark colored worms, you know, the traditional brown Wyandotte worm, a black Wyandotte worm with the ice tail, a black one with chartreuse or pink can also be good. Really good colors out there in that base dark color, and then add some flash or color to it to get bit. Now again, as these fish are more aggressive with the water temperatures coming through now in the 50s, you're going to want to really be aware that the worm bite is when the fish are hot, and the minnow bite is when you're fishing deep or when the fish are a little bit negative or neutral. That's when you can slow your cadence down. Always use a stinger. You don't need minnows to tip anymore. And in a couple of weeks, we'll start talking to you about the downstream trolling of crawler harnesses. That's going to start coming into play. Another thing to understand, if you're casting, if you're wanting huge action, the Detroit River is probably the best U.S. spot to catch white bass. I'm seeing lots of reports now of guys catching, you know, 30, 40, 50 white bass in a trip just as fast as they can catch it. So, you know what? Right now, the Detroit River, awesome fishing, walleye, white bass, lots of fish happening. And then after if you get sick of that Detroit River bite, what you can really do is you can slide on out to the lake and you can have a great time right there out of Bowles Harbor, Sterling State Park, fishing Brest Bay all the way out to West Sister down to the Ohio line. The guys are telling me, and we're headed this weekend to film the Michigan Walleye Tour. Come join us, come watch us. We're going to be right there live at Sterling State Park, at Bowles Harbor, and we're going to have a great time. The fishing's going to be unbelievable. Mark my words, unbelievable. We've got great weather report coming, as well as just a jillion fish in this system right now. They're all over. They're deep, they're shallow. To give you a report would almost be silly. Really, you're just running bandits 25 to 50 back, and again 70 if you're in shallow water. If you're in deeper water over 20 feet, then you can run them, you know, the same 25 and push them all the way out to 70. But you know, shallow water 25 to 50, a little deeper water 25 to 70. If the fish are hot and active in stained water, those 25 and 35 sets are going to really go good. If they're a little negative or neutral and you see them down in that mid depth at 15 to 20 foot, then that 60, 70, 80 foot back is really going to be lights out. But get there to Monroe. This fishing's going to go for a good 6 to 8 weeks, hot and heavy. It's going to be an awesome time, and we'll see you this weekend at the Michigan Walleye Tour event.
Don't spend another season breaking your back using 5-gallon gas cans to fuel your toys. The FlowFast Portable Fluid Transfer System is your solution. A great tool for fueling your ATVs, snowmobile, boat, garden tractor, and more, FlowFast eliminates gas sloshing on you and your machines, plus works in reverse to pull unused fuel from your equipment at the end of each season. The pump transfers from container to container in seconds and moves up to 8 gallons a minute. Log on to flowfast.com for a dealer near you.
Hey, first real salmon report of the day, guys. We're here in Muskegon. Right there is the channel that leads out to the lake. We've got lots of good reports from Holland to Muskegon, Grand Haven, all the way up to Manistee and Ludington. The silverfish, the big kings, are starting to show up. Seeing guys catching 2, 3, 4 of them in a morning trip, mixing in coho, high, and of course the ever-present Laker. So let's give you a couple of early season tips for these early season kings. Now, these fish are still not real far from shore. The water temperature here is still pretty cold, although with this warm temperatures you're seeing, you're gonna get you know, them to push a little bit off. But basically you're seeing them from 60 to 120. That's the zone that most of the guys are targeting right now. They're targeting 3 different presentations. They're going high with spoons and flies on 3, 5, and 7 color leads. So spoons and flies on 3, 5, and 7 color leads. That's what they're shooting the coho with. And coho want 2.5 minimum, so 2.5 to 2.7 is going to be what your speed is. Same with kings, they're looking for that 2.5 to 2.7 as well. If you're looking for kings, you're going to want to set some high lines, like I said. Then you're going to want to go ahead and set a high-low diver setup and your riggers. And those kings have been holding basically 40 down to about 70 down. That's the max down that I've heard right now. But 40 to 70 down, good action on your divers, good action on your riggers. Guys are running a combination of blues and greens and alewife colored flies with flashers. Really good setup right now. If you're looking for colors, Kevin's Girlfriend, a Dreamweaver color, really good. Pickled Sunshine's a really good color. So really a lot of the natural greens, blues, alewife. A lot of flash tape, you know. Flashers, if you're looking for a flasher color, Kevin's Girlfriend has been really good. Also the double alewife, that flash crush color, been really good. So those are the sets that a lot of the guys are using. Of course, if you're lake trout fishing along this whole stretch of the western side of Michigan, they're ever present. You just have to drop your sets down and fish that lower 1/3 of the water column. Typically, when you see the marks in that lower 1/3 of the water column, they're probably Lakers. You just target it, whether you're right on the bottom, skipping your balls or digging dipsies, or you can come as much as 20 feet up, and a lot of those Lakers, especially when they're in this 120 or less, they'll go ahead and come up. One of the tricks you can do is run a center rigger with a simple Bigfoot flasher and like a spin and glow or a whirly gig, something like that on it. It's a great attractor to the internal part of your set. Brings a lot of fish swimming to look at that, and then that brings them, of course, right through your sets, so that even if they don't hit it, they're there, and their tendency is to see your other lures as they pass by them. So really good idea there. So right now, silverfish fishing just getting going. If you got charter captain needs, you know, we've got a few guys we work with out of Holland. Mark Rapson from Black Pearl up here in the Ludington area. We've got Adam Knutson from Hiatus. Great guy, great charter captain. Just north of him in Manistee, we've got Alex Bialik at Fireplug. And if you're looking to go all the way north, and I'll tell you what, there's fish north all the way to Frankfort. Captain Dave Rommel from Tiny Bubbles tells me that he's getting really good catches of early season lake trouts in shallow water. So Captain Dave Rommel from Tiny Bubbles as well. But book a trip, expand your horizons a little bit, get out there, spend some time on the big water, and enjoy Michigan. Hey, another awesome set of reports from an awesome group of guides. Hey, these guides really kick up some really good, honest information to help you guys with your own boats get on the fish and have a great success, and we appreciate everything they do. Again, if you're not into or aren't equipped to, you know, do the type of fishing they do, get a group of 4 or 5 guys together, pay the fee, and go experience a great fishery. We'll see you tomorrow morning with another great report and a teaser for this weekend show.